Hey everybody, it's Brandon. Just wanted to take a moment to do something kind of cool on the 1-year anniversary of the release of First Love, my single that came out last February. I'm just so thankful and grateful for all of y'all that have streamed it and that have added it to your playlists. And it's been an amazing journey since putting out that song in February 2020. And you know, I'm a big nerd of all the details, and I love breaking things down. So I wanted to do a little behind the scenes look today on what went into the recording of the song, some of the finer details in the Logic session, and I just want to kind of take a deep dive for those of y'all that are nerdy and interested like I am. So I guess first thing I want to talk about with this song, First Love, it started off like all songs as just kind of a voice memo that lived in my phone. And I was looking, and the earliest voice memo I've got of it is from July 14 of 2014. And it was just it was this loop that I built in Logic of it was just like a little 4-bar drum pattern, and then I just played the acoustic guitar line, which was just following the 4, the 5, the 1/3, back to the 4 progression. I'm a big sucker of progressions that never resolve to 1. And it just kind of lived in my phone for the longest time, and I didn't really know what to do with it until a few years later. I started my second record at Brick House Studios in Wichita, Kansas, and I brought some close friends in, and I had already kind of fleshed out the song a little bit more by that point. And they really brought it to life, and I'm just so happy with how it all turned out. But I got the Logic session pulled up right here. We actually finished the song on Pro Tools, but I dumped all the stems back into Logic. These are all of the stems before mastering. So this is after Aaron Wagner did all of his magic to it. He's a killer musician, producer, mix engineer here in Nashville. Check him out if you haven't. He's got a band called Vo. But I went ahead and color coded all the stems. In blue are all the mix buses. In pink are all the vocal tracks. In yellow are the drum tracks. Aqua are the electric guitars. Orange is the bass, and then purple is the synth and keyboard stuff. Here's all the stems. Just playing. So I kind of wanted to break down section by section what's going on here. On the day that we got together for the recording of the song, something that I think is so important and that kind of gives this song a little bit of flair is that we tracked it all live in studio. I've done plenty of multi-track recording. I know multi-track recording is very popular, and while I love it, I still think there's a certain magic that you don't get unless you've just got people in the room together playing the song at the same time, warts and all. And so I want to solo out what it sounded like on the day that we tracked it in the room together. So we've got Eli Bayless on drums. She's just a groove machine, total animal. So this is what he was playing. We were kind of going for a 1975 style drum sound. We've got my scratch electric guitar that'll come in here in a second. And here's bass guitar. My brother Blake Ellis played bass on this. He was playing a P bass on here. But kind of a little dirty, just sort of give a little bit of grit. And then the synth was by Ian Hartung. He was playing a Juno 106 emulation. But this is what it sounded like whenever we were tracking it on the day of the studio. This is what everything else was built upon. I just kind of love hearing it because there's little fluctuations, there's little imperfections, and I think that's how music's supposed to be. It shouldn't always have to be snap to the grid and everything auto-tuned perfect. But, so that's kind of what that sounds like. I'm going to go ahead and keep on playing all the stems out.
All that's left are these memories.
I think my favorite guitar part of the entire song is right here.
When I had you and you had me.
Oh, looks like I missed it. Need to learn my way around It's like in the middle of verse 2. It's this little like Prince style thing. Man, it ain't there either. I don't even actually know my way around my own session. I'm just gonna let it play. I think it's right
All
here.
these memories. Think about when I had.
If I just saw all the guitars, you'll hear it. This little part right here. That was hands down like my favorite part of the whole session. Just, it's always the little things. The little things are what bring you the most joy. Since we're already on guitars, I probably stacked too many guitars in there. I'm kind of a freak when it comes to guitar tones and guitar movement. But I think all of the little intricacies that go into forming guitar parts, guitar textures, you know, sometimes I would just do a track of just a single note thing and it wouldn't be anything crazy. But tone-wise, I still think that the choruses are what I'm most proud of. That main rhythm part is a Fender SRV Stratocaster, and I was just plugged straight into an amplifier called a Port City Pearl, which is like a really clean kind of Fender 6L6 style amp. But the chorus on it is a Vertex Michael Landau signature chorus, which is kind of a rare chorus pedal at this point. They don't make them anymore. Good luck finding them. But I feel like that sound was kind of integral to how the chorus hit. And so it was really fun throwing down all these parts. Some little stabs in there, just a little ba-da-da-da. I'm a big fan of doing different rhythmic stuff. So backing up just a little bit, here is the bass work by my brother. So we kind of did a combination. We stacked real bass and synth bass. We did like we had a Moog bass patch. A Moog bass patch that was pulled up on a Roland Juno, a newer one. And we doubled the bass part, and it's not exactly perfect, which I think is kind of cool. It kind of gives you get the performance element of it, but it shows that you're human. So here's that stacked up together. So you can hear that it's pretty gritty. The real bass guitar has got a good amount of overdrive and distortion on it, but it kind of helps it cut through. Which was a really interesting thing. So here are the synth patches right here. So this was kind of a hybrid. Ian played keys on the day, and then me and my brother split up the rest of the keys. It's kind of comprised of three main sounds. The main synth sound is Juno 106 emulation. The second sound is from a Nord Stage 2, and we were kind of going for that Oberheim patch that was real famous on Van Halen's Jump. Kind of wanted to use that real sharp brass sound. And then the third sound was from a Juno, just for some additional texture stuff. But here's what all of the synth parts sound like. It's nice and wide, nice and floaty. And so fast forwarding just a little bit into the bridge, you get this really kind of wide Stranger Things sort of vibe. And then when it breaks down, but that's what the synths sound like on their own. something about the bridge that I thought was worth pointing out. Here, let me get to it.
Always in my head, I just can't get enough. You're always around.
So this part right here, where it kind of goes halftime on the drums. The year that we recorded this, John Mayer's Search for Everything record came out, and literally wanted to completely emulate the middle section of Still Feel Like Your Man, where it kind of goes to this really wide halftime sort of thing, and wanted to kind of space out the drums, make them sound all weird, and that was exactly what we did on this section going into the bridge. I'll let y'all hear that right here. So there's that. Another little texture piece that's always a lot of fun for me to hear in the final mix is the guitars coming out of that bridge. Right here. That huge reverb trail is a Strymon Big Sky, and I know a lot of guys use it in church music and everything, which is great. But it can be used for pop music, and you can incorporate some of those cool, spacey, otherworldly textures. It kind of gives a cool lift out of the bridge back into the down chorus. A few other things I was going to show y'all is are the vocal tracks. So I'll kind of take it from the end of the song, from the breakdown.
Just can't get enough. You'll always keep this heart forever young. My first love.
So the lead vocal on its own is not super processed.
You were the prettiest thing I'd ever seen.
Like processed in terms of having a lot of pitch correction or anything. It definitely has some texture work done to it, but it's not like the BGVs, which I'll show y'all the BGVs here in a second.
We were so in love. You'll always be my everything. You'll always be my first love.
We were kind of bouncing back and forth between a really wet vocal effect on the chorus and bridge, and then it would kind of, whenever we went to the breakdown, it would go super dry. I love that kind of contrast between wet and dry in mixes.
You're always the one that I am dreaming of.
Add the BGVs in.
You'll always be the one that's compared to none. My first love. You'll always be my first love. You're always in my head, I just can't get enough. You'll always keep this heart forever young. My first love.
So, in my opinion, Aaron just totally knocked out the vocal treatment. He just knocked it out of the park. The way he approaches vocals is totally worth the price of admission in my book. But yeah, he did a lot of really cool vocal work, turning some of the BGVs to make them a little more synthetic, to kind of contrast with a more natural vocal in the middle, but having those BGVs doing some kind of crazy octave shift stuff. I really love what he did there. One last thing I wanted to show is, I love moments in songs. I love just the little tiniest things that can make the greatest impact. And my brother, whenever we were tracking it live in the room, Blake did this bass fill on the down chorus after the bridge, and it's just the freaking coolest thing. And I just wanted you guys to hear that soloed out. Just one of those in the room sort of things. Here's that part for you. I mean, it's just pretty sweet. I don't have anything else to say about that one. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that it would be cool to look at here. I guess in closing, I'll solo out each of the buses so you can kind of hear how the song was built up in the final mix. But yeah, I'm really proud of how this song turned out. I'm excited to see where it goes over the next couple years as we finish up this full record. And yeah, it's just been real cool to see the life that this song has taken on over the past year. But here's stacking up all the tracks on First Love. Well, thank you all for checking out this video. That is First Love. Hope you enjoyed seeing some of the finer details behind the track. And I'm so excited for the new music that I'll be putting out this year. And yeah, thank you guys again.